Watch it. Up. Hey.
Center party. Oh. Center party. Out one. Turn. Center party. Wrist arm. Up.
Raise. Landing at ease promptly everywhere. Raise. 8 pairs. Go. Raise. Stand up. Hey. Stand easy. Well, good morning. It's hard and soft. My name is Steve Jack-Wright. I'm the welfare and ceremonial officer here at the Inspire Hotel. It's my great honour and privilege to welcome you all to the 2026 Inspire Hotel Tour Service. Last year, we shall begin with a short audio-visual presentation.
people bound together by a debt that no generation can ever fully repay. 111 years ago to this very day, on distant shore half a world away, young men, many of them barely men at all, stepped from the darkness of the Aegean Sea onto a strip of foreign land. They carried their rifles, they carried their fears and trepidation, and they carried with them the hopes of a fledgling nation, still finding its place in the world. What they found at Gallipoli was chaos, carnage, and an almost impossible task. What they gave us was something far greater than we could ever have imagined. They gave us our identity. They were our Anzacs. We stand here this morning as their sons and daughters, not merely in sentiment, but in truth. The freedoms we enjoy, the nation we call home, the very right to gather peacefully in the half-light of this rather damp April morning. These things were purchased at a price beyond measure, paid in full by those who never came home, and by those who came home forever changed. To stand in their debt is not a burden, it is a privilege. It is a privilege of living in a country worth fighting for. Therefore, do not let us allow the word Anzac to become a word of history, because Anzac spirit did not stop at the shores of Gallipoli. It marched on through the mud of the Western Front. It endured through the horror of Tobruk, the brutality of the Kokoda track, so close to our own beloved North Queensland. It stood firm in Korea, Vietnam, the sands of the Middle East, and in the mountains of Afghanistan. Our modern Anzacs, the men and women who have answered the call in every generation since 1915, are the rightful heirs to that original legend. They have not merely preserved it, they have built upon it, sacrifice after bloody sacrifice, on battlefields across the globe. They bear the same values in their hearts as those first diggers. You see to my right, mateship, courage, endurance, sacrifice. These are not old-fashioned words. They are the cornerstone of who we are as Australians. Here in Innisfail, we know this deeply. This community has sent sons and daughters to serve and fight. Some returned, some did not. All of them carried this town, this country, and this spirit with them whenever they left. So as the first light breaks over the Johnson River this morning, let us make a promise, not just for today, but for every day that follows, that we will remember them, that we will honour them, and that we will be worthy of the legacy entrusted to us by them, we, the sons and daughters of Anzac, lest we forget.
Thank you, Sean. I would now like to call on Deputy Mayor Nick Purble, the Cathedral Coast Regional Council, for his address.
Good morning, distinguished guests, veterans, serving members of the Australian Defence Force, families and members of our community. Today, as the first light of dawn breaks over our beautiful Servicw coast, we gather together to honour the courage, sacrifice and resilience of the men and women who served and continue to serve our nation in times of war, conflict and peacekeeping. Anzac Day is a time for reflection. It is the day when we pause to remember the extraordinary bravery of the Anzacs who landed on the shores of Gallipoli 111 years ago. It is a day to honour their mateship, their determination, and the unwavering commitment to one another and to our country. But it's also a day to remember all Australians and New Zealanders who have served in conflicts across the globe, from the trenches of the Western Front to the deserts of North Africa, the jungles of Vietnam, the mountains of Afghanistan. We remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice, who have never returned home to their families and their loved ones. We remember the wounded, the prisoners of war, and those who returned home carrying the scars of their service, both seen and unseen. We also acknowledge the families who have borne the weight of their loved ones' service, their parents, partners, children, and friends who supported our servicemen and women through their journeys. Anzac Day is not just about remembering the past. It's about recognising the values that Anzacs embodied: courage, mateship, endurance, and sacrifice. These values continue to define us as Australians and inspire to face the challenges of today, the same spirit of unity and resilience. We stand here in the quiet of the dawn. Let us commit to ensuring the legacy of the Anzacs endured. Let us teach future generations about the sacrifices made for the freedoms we enjoy today. Let us strive to build a world where peace prevails and the horrors of war are never to be repeated. To our veterans and serving members of the Australian Defence Force, we thank you for your service and your sacrifice. You remind us of the true meaning of duty and honour, lest we forget.
Parade! Parade, attention! Parade! Stand up, eight! We will now proceed with the laying of the wreath. If your name is on this program, please ensure that you make yourselves closer to the square prior to your name being called. Thank you. Pipe up. RSL President Sean O'Shea for all servicemen and women. Deputy Mayor Nick Purden, Cassidy Coast Regional Council. Chief Petty Officer Gibson for HMAS Cairns and the 51st Battalion Far North Queensland Regiment. Royal Australian Air Force, Group Captain Lynette Bash. Captain Bash is there with Jason Smith. The Royal Australian Regiments. It's 11 to 6 hours. National Servicemen's Association, Dave Ryan. Hudson. Jet Baines for the Special Air Service Regiment. 107 Squadron, Australian Air Force Cadets. All other military units wishing to lay a wreath. Paul O'Reilly, Royal Australian Engineers. Innisfail District Police. Innisfail District Fire and Emergency Services. Queensland Ambulance Service. Innisfail Hospital. Volunteer Coast Guard. State Emergency Service. Lions Club of Innisfail. The Innisfail Inner Wheel. Progress Club, Innisfail. Orthodox Greek Community. the Sikh community. The Innisfail Freemasons. Good Counsel College. The Innisfail State College. Radiant Life College. Good Counsel Primary. Anyone else wishing to lay a wreath? Thank you, Piper. Parade! Parade, 8 shot! Flag stewards, take your posts.
Enter party, 8
We will now have our bugler play the last post, followed by 1 moment silence, 1 minute silence, and the recital of the oath. Bugler.
Enter party, General Sort, present. Up. Centre Party, a third.
They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them, lest we forget. Bugler. Thank you, Bugler. We will now have the national anthem.
Centre Party, General Salute, present.
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are young and free, with golden soil and wealth fertile, our heart is guided by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains that let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Centre Party, a third.
Hooray! Hooray! Stand up, A's! Stand easy. We will now have the closing address from the RSL President, Sean O'Shea.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Innisfail RSL, I thank you all for attending this morning 2026 dawn service. A special thank you to our veterans whose services and sacrifice we honour today. We also extend our sincere appreciation to our pipers and drummers, our bugler, and the members of the 51st Battalion Diggers for their valued contribution this morning. Your presence here ensures that the spirit of remembrance continues to live on in this community. Following this service, a gunfire breakfast will be held at the RSL from 7 a.m. for veterans and invited guests. And we look forward to welcoming you back later this morning for the main march, commencing promptly at 9:30 a.m. here in the front of the cemetery. Please feel free to join us at the RSL for refreshments throughout the day. For your convenience, coffee van and food truck have attended. Thank you once again for joining us here on Anzac Day. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Hooray! Hooray! A 10! Hooray! Yes!